Alright, please don't click away. This is Noise Commander running on a 2DS, but is being screencasted to my computer. So this is the new thing I've been working on, sort of a screencasting similar to other tools such as the M8 tracker. This could be useful to like show people what's happening on the screen while recording a jam. Ideally, I think you would have like a real camera view next to it so you can see everything and follow along. But this upscaled and pixel perfect presentation is just a little more clearer to look at. This is not actually the real font. I will still need to improve it. This should ideally show the button presses and the mouse movements or like stuff like that. It's still like a huge work in progress and a bit of a mess. I've been taking two weeks off work to mostly focus on just developing the sequencer and what I call the trackification of Noise Commander. Let me show you a pattern that I recorded 2 weeks ago or so. Unfortunately, some menus aren't drawn yet, so you won't see that screen here, but yeah, I'm launching a track. And I saved this before adding the tracker view. So this is the clip matrix, and this is the tracker view. So in the clip matrix, I know that I have 4 patterns, but by default, it's only inserting the pattern 0. So what I will do is select the entire row and add pattern 1. And you see it will sort of progress on and jump to it and sort of go through them all. It's playing them all. Like if I press this button, I can see the length of each cell, and I'm gonna change the length to 64 because I know they're all 64 steps long. And yeah, let's have a quick listen. I can always move over to the tracker view. It's gonna scroll and follow, and by default now we're seeing all the automation lanes. They're empty, but I can switch to the compact view where I can see all tracks passing by at the same time. In the clip matrix view, as you expect, I can just launch individual cells. Oh, some weird stuff is happening. Yeah, and you can see they kind of progress individually. And I can create sort of new combinations. And I think I can capture this as a new combination. So now, I can launch like an entire row. And I can disable the sort of I can go to a loop mode so it won't progress or change the pattern. So I'm staying on this, and now you can see that some cells appear in red. This means that this is a pattern that is not unique anymore. That's been inserted into the clip matrix more than once. And if I want, I can then just select the entire row. Wait. It's all a huge mess, but if I select them properly and say make unique, yeah, and you see now they're all in their own unique pattern. I'm going to launch it again and let me delete this. And I think I can insert a row. So I'm sort of picking and choosing from other trackers the features that I like. Ideation-wise, it's kind of a mix between your classic clip launching like Ableton, but also Renoise, Fast Tracker 2, and LSDJ/M8. So similar to M8, if you leave a gap, then you will see that they loop just in its own island. Like whenever there's a gap, that means this is a boundary for sort of a looping behavior. Yeah, I just want to say I'm struggling with chronic back pain, and so even though I took 2 weeks off to work but also to relax, I still feel like shit. and I could only get an appointment with an orthopedic doctor in like 2 weeks coming. So yeah, I'm suffering, and it's taking a huge toll. Yeah, but basically I've been working on all kinds of things other than the sequencer, and it was sort of a big project that I've been postponing, and I wanted to really tackle it in these 2 weeks. And I kind of got to a good place, but of course, as always, I'm very frustrated because there's a lot of things I couldn't address or just couldn't get to. But let's see if I can remember any other things that I can show you. What's kind of cool is that I can use sort of a mouse mode where the lower screen is acting as a trackpad. Selection doesn't work yet, but as you can see, I can move the cursor. I can toggle follow on and off. What's kind of cool is that you can reorder the tracks. It's not exposed in the UI yet, but the idea is that reordering would help then to quickly select blocks of stuff. So let's say I had all my drum tracks shifted to the left. I could then just kind of select stuff here and clear or duplicate stuff that's next to each other, like this. By the way, I didn't make a video about the .5 release yet, which has some new features as well, like you have a delay effect and you can send amounts to the delay and reverb. You can crossfade not only the main mix, but now each of the 4 buses. Here's some stuff that I did in the tracker widget. Vertical scrolling, values are displayed as hex. I can reorder lanes. The editing is kind of similar to LSDJ, where you press a button and you can then kind of go up and down, and it will kind of remember that the last value inserted. And if you go somewhere else, it will insert that same value. And you can also pick up values, so move over a note that has a particular instrument, and I move somewhere else. So I think here the last one I touched was 1, so it's going to insert instrument 1. But if I insert instrument 4 and move over it, I get 4. But if I move up and touch instrument 1 again, then the thing I insert will also be instrument 1. And the other columns here are the volume, the slice index, and sample index. So if you put in a sample index, it will override what sample is being played. The architecture or the structure is so that you can have an infinite amount of lanes. I didn't implement the kind of trackery thing where you prepend your command with a letter and you can have like different commands in a single lane. I thought it would be cooler if you had like separate lanes for everything. But I'm realizing that it could be a lot of scrolling in the UI. So yeah, I'm not sure if I will change it in the future. I'm kind of sorry that I don't have like elaborate like huge jams or a lot of patterns prepared for you to show. Yeah, here there are some like commands. Previously I had this extend one, which will like double the length of your phrases. And now there's also like a half. It was really annoying that I didn't have that before. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. What we have here in the menu. So yeah, you can insert, delete a row. You cannot shift rows yet, but you know, I will add that. Yeah, I think I kind of went over everything. I usually develop the new widgets in the Linux terminal. That's why the colors are the way they are. You might feel that they are ugly, and I might add sort of different color palettes or like support more colors. There are like some pauses and delays here and there. Yeah, I always underestimate the amount of problem solving that comes with a simple feature. Like you sort of get into the details, and that is the reason why my strategy is to not get too caught up in one specific area. Try to get something working and move on and keep the details for later, just so that I don't get too demotivated and frustrated by the lack of progress. Thanks a lot for watching. Sorry for those who subscribe to the channel just for the chiptunes. I'm super happy that there's so much positive feedback for my chiptunes from the 90s that I did in Fast Tracker. It feels like 90% of my subscribers and viewers came here for that. Not so many are interested in the development and progress of a Noise Commander, it seems. Yeah, I'm sorry for being sort of all over the place. Like I said, I'm suffering from my back pain and I'm easily agitated and have to work my regular job next week again. And with the pain and stuff, I don't know. I probably won't be editing this video too heavily. Yeah, this is sort of my last day of not working. I kind of hope people care, support me via Patreon. Oh, by the way, if we go to the credit screen, thanks to Capsule Ghost, Zero the Prototype, Dave the Word, and Stranger Danger. All that it takes is €1 per month. That will allow you to install it on your Nintendo 3DS. Like I said, I'm super happy that I got the screencast thing working because I spent a weekend, I ran out of time and there was like some super stupid issues. In the end, it turned out like a big issue was just the endianness of the 3DS is, 32-bit versus 64 on my Linux computer, of course. And I didn't realize then that I had to swap the endianness and there was like some alignment issues and, I would always get sort of a garbled screen. And I'm so happy that it works somewhat reliably now. Even you can see it's almost close to 60 FPS for most of the time. It kind of depends. I think it goes a little down when I'm in the tracker view. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.